Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
How are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
Fabulous. I'm also
Too.
fabulous. No complaints.
Okay.
So
So
thanks
good.
for being with us for this self-care challenge. I love what you're doing, and even though you don't necessarily use the term self-care, what you do is definitely self-care.
It definitely is.
Yes, yes. So, Carrie, I'm going to read a little bio to introduce you to Carrie Montgomery. She's an image and brand consultant for thriving female entrepreneurs. She teaches women to own their true beauty, build confidence, and create a dream image for their business and life. And who does not need all of that? Having worked with New Line Cinema and stars such as Kate Blanchett and Aaron Eckhart, her expertise in film, design, marketing, and wellness, along with her love of fashion, allows her to create a holistic experience for personal style. She curates her client's image, helping women look good and feel good from the inside out. This newfound confidence carries over to her clients' brands, elevating their visibility and taking many of them from 6 figures to 7 figures in as little as 1 year. And who doesn't need that? Her work has been featured on OWN, the Oprah Winfrey Network, Super Soul Sunday with Christiane Northrup, Coastal Living, Old Port Magazine, and Hay House. And you can connect with her at carriemontgomery.com, and we will put that down in writing so everybody has your information.
Awesome.
So
Thank
totally
you.
fabulous.
Fun.
It is. It sounds really fun. Okay, I'm going to make that and change that. Okay. All right, Carrie. So take it away. I know we talked about curating, what did you say? Curating your style to feel good. I think it was your kind of snapshot.
Yeah. So I created a technique that allows you to connect to your body. I actually really do believe getting dressed is an act of self-care. And I went through the whole wellness industry and had my own health issues and really had to get centered and bring myself back to my body in a different way that was more routine and not so much like putting extra work into it. And I love clothing and I love fashion. And so in my process of overcoming some of my health challenges, I started connecting with my body in a different way and really looking at like how I needed to support my body to get up and out of bed every day and how I needed to feel more confident so I could go out and do the things in life that I needed to do. And I started to apply clothing as a really conscious process to get dressed. And that looked like, what do I need to enhance? Does my heart need to like stand more strong and firm and comfortable and confident? Or do I need to protect it because I feel vulnerable today? And there's different choices that I can make on a daily basis. And then once I started to really see the pattern of what I was doing, I was like, I think I have some clients who could use this because I've been styling them for photo shoots and I hear all the stuff, right? I hear like, oh, my body this, oh, my body that. I can't, or my boobs are too big, my tummy's too big, my hair is wrong, my I got double chins. I mean, I've heard every body criticism there is. And I started to apply what I learned on myself to them. And then I created this amazing program for women to really step into their bodies.
So I love that it's flexible. I love that it really, when you say from the inside out, it's truly being mindful on a day-to-day basis when you wake up in the morning or whenever it is that you get dressed. It might not be in the morning, right? You might be in your pajamas
like noon
until 6, But then, and that there's
dinner time I can get dressed.
Yeah, exactly. But at whatever time that is, that there's an assessment process that happens. So can you maybe just touch on that assessment process that you go through?
Yeah, for sure. So really, it's one question that I started it all out of is, what does my body need to be as effective and powerful as possible?
Effective and powerful.
Yeah. And I've actually, some of my clients misheard me and they were like, oh, I'm asking myself, what do I need to feel as safe and secure as possible?
That is not the same thing.
It's not, right? And so we just had this big reframe with my course, right? Like I was talking to the students and we were all like on this conversation and one of the students said that and I was like, why are you asking that? And
Yeah.
so we went and I was like, can you ask it from this perspective of like effective and powerful? And she was like, oh man, I've been coming at it from victim mode the whole time.
Mm-hmm,
And so
mm-hmm.
bringing consciousness to how we step into our bodies on a daily basis allows us to say like, oh, you know what? Like I like little check-in. And I started checking in with my body a long time ago because I broke my back when I was 18 years old. So that's when I first started saying like, I have pain. I don't know what's going on. And I actually broke my back when I was 16 and then had the surgery at 18. So I I had to really start tracking my body
Yeah.
and knowing what was going on. And so I used a lot of guided visualization to try and escape it too at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And, I moved to like a spiritual community at 19 to like escape reality because I was in so much pain post-op. Like it just kind of compounded and compounded and compounded. And throughout the years, I've used fashion as my salvation, and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was able to show up looking good all the time, even though I was suffering incredibly. And, I went through 13 surgeries and other traumatic events, and I still would be like,
Here I am, effective
right
and
here.
powerful.
I might feel like shit, but I'm right here. And so and I've had I've had episodic paralysis, full body paralysis where I can't even move, to then, a day later being like, hi, I'm fine. Really confusing, like really, really odd experiences. And when you start to scan your body and be like, where am I feeling these emotions? Like, what's actually going on with me today? And some people are really good at just writing, like morning pages are great to just check in with the body and say like, what's going on and what's happening in my world and what am I feeling? What's coming through in my spirit today? So that I can tap in and know like what I need and how can I assess myself. Like it just might mean you need to wear granny panties today, like full support. We need it at times, like for sure.
Yeah.
Reinforce high-waisted pants. It could mean you're so tired that you need to wear super loose, flowy clothes. And it doesn't matter. Like, body shape is a big thing we're taught in style. And it's like, it's the most objectifying thing you can do to someone to say like, your shape is this. So we're going to make it look like we're going to do this other thing so that you look normal.
Yeah. Right.
It's like,
right. So that your proportions look like everybody else's, right? So that every adjustment
you fit the mold.
Right.
It's like, screw you. Like, no, I'm a human being and I have an expression and I'm going to wear what I want to wear. Yeah, sometimes I look heavier on the things that I wear, but guess what? That's what I was feeling for the day.
Yeah.
Like I needed the loose flowing shirt. And
the other thing that's interesting about that is there's a lot that I see around uniforms, right? So people always talked about Barack Obama and Facebook, what's his name, Zuckerberg, who have like the same exact thing that they wear every day, right? And there's a, sort of a way that it works for them. They don't have to think about it, right?
Yeah. So that's, it's a certain personality, right? It's very type A. And, Steve Jobs did the same thing. And it's also, that's their expression. Like that's their container. So I believe clothing is just a container. And if that's the container that makes you feel really at ease and comfortable, wear it, own it, like just do it, because that's going to be something like, look, getting dressed is like, it doesn't have to be the most important thing in the world. And for some people, it just gives them okay, this is my facade for the day. And like, I'm just going to get through it. And if it keeps them focused, great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, those are 3 really successful people.
Right. Right.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm wondering what give us a little glimpse into your own wardrobe and just maybe two different examples.
Yeah. So I can give you an example. Yesterday, I was styling an event. And so my client had, a couple outfit changes for the day. We had already done another day. So this was day 2 of an event and really day 3 because we prepped on the day before. And I had been traveling in New York with another client a couple of days before and at another event with the day I got back. So I'm like, I'm on basically day 5 of events and clients. And I'm like, okay. I woke up Sunday morning, I was like, I'm really tired. And I was like, I can wear a fitted peplum top. So fitted on top with a little bit of flare around the waist. Very, very, very structured, right? Sleeveless. Wool. So it's like cashmere, yummy, delicious. made by Oscar de la Renta, like divine. Or I could wear like a long flowing skirt. And my body like kind of wanted the long flowing skirt, but I also like, so what I decided was like, they don't physically go together. Like they don't look right together. The skirt was like silvery. And then you have like this, you know, really like woolly, like it just didn't look right the way that it was structured. So I put them both on though, to be like, well, what do I feel? Like, can I do the ease with the flow? And then I was like, I might kind of just lose it because it was too much flow, right? Like I was so exhausted that I couldn't like be at ease. And like, I would have actually worn this sweater, which is really relaxed and loose. And it's super like no form, no shape, no form. But I had to like hold myself together for the day, no matter what went on. Like I had to be there. I was present for everyone getting on stage. So I was receiving them also when they come off stage to do the vulnerability work afterwards. So I do the style work, but I do the emotional work too with them. So I decided that I needed to wear high-waisted pants, reinforced. So Ponte pants, which are a thicker knit. So they're like a yoga pant, but they're really thick knit. So you just feel like you're super encased. I had to wear heels so I could stand up out of myself a little bit more to like lift my chest forward. And then a peplum top that gave me the structure to just be like, if I'm sitting there, yep, I'm tired, but I still got my form. Like I'm just doing it. Right. And so it was, and then I threw my leather jacket up on top just to stay warm because we're in a cold, freezing event space. So that like, there's a little bit of edge in there. There's a little bit of formality in there. But I'm in front of 200 people too. So I have to look good. Like I have to keep that energy going, because it's like, so you're getting new clients by doing that.
Right.
And so yeah, that's how I made the choice. Because if I wore like the, more casual, like skirt, which it doesn't look casual, it actually looks fancy, but it was just, the energy of it was casual. I kind of would have lost my steam. Like I would have been leaking energy. Like it's not a long haul sustainer. This was like, 7 a.m. to 10:30 p.m.
Yeah. And even your word structure to describe that top, that's really what you needed, right? You needed to be held in and held up, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's
and
amazing.
There's some days that I can't do that, right? Like the actual physical pain is so intense that I'm like, get this off of me.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you just have to sort of know like what the body needs. Now I experience it to a greater proportion than other people do because of my medical challenges. I mean, but I think that it's helped me tap into an experience that we do have in our bodies. And it's been able to teach this to so many women, which is amazing.
Right. So any tips? So if people, I know some people will think budget, well, do I have to go out and buy new things, or, let me look in my closet. So any tips for people to get started, like maybe 2 different things, maybe one tip directly related to wardrobe. So like what they can do to kind of go through their closet and go through their drawers and kind of maybe categorize.
So see this right here. This is an example of like color scaling. So I have dark in the back. All my tags are facing to the right. So to the right with the camera. So you want to think when you're looking at your closet, right-hand side, you want the tag going that way. That actually means you're looking forward into your life. If it's facing to the left, you're tripping back. If they're interchanged,
chaos. Okay, that's a good tip.
Love this is like a really, 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 really big tip from Feng Shui.
Love it.
And then taking it from dark to light is great too. Now, there are certain ways, like people's closets are obviously never the same. So you really have to work with the function of your closet. And I typically will do all the short stuff. So like the blazers and the shirts in one closet, and the sweaters, like all in one section. And I use the color dark to light. And then I would go over to my pants and my dresses. And most of my pants hang, not folded over. They hang full straight down because I don't like the wrinkle of the fold. And then you have to steam it again. And caring for your clothes is an act of self-care. I mean, it really is. I had one of my clients yesterday was like, we can't buy you any more clothes because you need to learn how to take care of them first. If we spend money on nice clothes, like that is an act of care. Like, it's really, really important to put the really nice blazer back on.
Yes,
the
correctly
hanger.
on a good hanger.
Yeah. So velvet hangers are the best. And the organization of the closet is the one place I tell everyone to start. You need to know what's in your closet. If it's tattered, you haven't worn it, you're not connected to it, you don't really like it, you're kind of afraid of it, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like, buy, donate it.
Okay.
Goodwill is a really great place to take it. You get a little tax write-off, you can put it against your taxes for the year. It's so good. So that's like my first tip.
Okay.
And then secondly, really like connecting into knowing where your body feels vulnerable and really trying to decide like how you want to apply fabric to yourself when it comes to that, right? Like, how can you build a support structure inside your body? When I see my clients do this over and over again, what we call it is a container for micro manifestations. So if you are familiar with like Abraham Hicks, the law of attraction, we are like taught to think and then we'll manifest and like we'll just pray and we'll do some small activities and then it'll come. But it's like sometimes you're like, well, how do I build the energy? Like, I know that I'm supposed to think a certain way, but I don't really. And I'm really like, I'm going to do lots of affirmations, but then there's like this Debbie Downer that's like in the background going like, oh, you're such an idiot for doing this. And so when you start to connect with the conversation with your body, you're actually teaching yourself that you can serve it, and you're building a trust container with yourself because you're saying, hey, I can put clothing on in a way that meets your needs. And so what happens is you slowly micro manifest the things that you need for your body, like the healers, the therapists, the teachers, the clients, right? To build up that holistic container of the world is working for me now. And I don't know like how or why it works. It just does. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's because you're serving yourself, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You have to do every day. I mean, you can wear your PJs all day if you choose to. I do sometimes. But it's like you're serving yourself.
Right. Yeah. I mean, well, we know that, and you know, that energy expands where we give it attention, right? And so if that's where we're focused and we're being mindful and that's sort of our baseline, right? Then our self-care is going to grow through that experience. Yeah.
So the 4 words that I really like have people think of when they're getting dresses: where do I need support? What do I need to release? What do I need to protect? And what do I need to enhance? And when we look at our energy and our emotions, you can really say like, oh, I'm good here. Like, I'm fine, but I really need extra support here. Like, oh, like I'm feeling like super jazzy and I want to like enhance the sway of my hips or something like that. Right. So we're looking at the energetic expression of it. And those 4 sort of qualities allow you to keep that flowing so that you're not just like suppressing something. Right?
And how long does it take to learn this? So I can imagine people thinking, oh my gosh, you know, I don't have time to figure that out. You know, how long does it take to get to the point where that's sort of easy, let's say?
So, I mean, I have a 10-week course that takes you through it very easily. And you learn all the steps in the process, and you learn the reflective qualities, and you learn how to deep dive, you know, the colors and all the things that will enhance you. And then you get all these surprises where you're like, oh, I didn't know that I loved a gold leather jacket. And then you're like, oh my God, I feel amazing. Like, so that, but I have some, you know, I have a free Facebook group, and I have a lot of people that have gone through some of my free challenges and within a week. And like, I met them yesterday. I've never met them before. And they're like, I think of you every day I get dressed because I ask my body what it needs and I serve it and I give it what it needs. Like,
yeah.
I mean, so you can just ask, like, it's just ask the questions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
then like anything, it's practice. You know?
You just have to stay engaged in the conversation. Like, if you think like when you wake up, there's for most people, there's a dialogue going on like pretty quick. Yeah. And so if you can shift the dialogue from, you know, the fear rising, which happens to a lot of people, and the stress, and then I got to do, and what's happening on Facebook and Instagram, and then emails, and you're like the kids, and then the dog, and then I got to eat, and then, oh my God, you know, like then it all starts happening. But if you just like wake up and you're like, okay, what does my body need
Mm-hmm.
to be as effective and powerful as possible?
Mhm.
With your eyes closed, laying in bed. And it's a
Awesome.
little like check-in process.
Yep.
It's like, oh yeah, my belly feels really sore. Like I need to like kind of like love on it a little bit today. So maybe my pants need to be looser.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
And
oh,
that could happen in the shower too. You know, I imagine if people get up and take a shower,
yeah.
the shower is always such a powerful place for, you know, mindfulness activities and, you know, massage is an extra 5 minutes with the heat, right? Any number of sort of guided imagery things that you can do. And so I imagine, I know for myself, that would be a place, you know, where I would ask those questions.
Yeah. I think that that's a great spot. I shower later.
Yeah.
I usually do like half of my day
Yeah.
and then I shower. So I like to get it in on the earlier side.
Yeah. 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 Awesome. Carrie, amazing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to look into what you have to offer, and I'm certain that folks that are watching this video will be interested because it's incredibly powerful and empowering both. And thank you so much for the conversation. I'll make sure that everybody has your contact information.
Thanks so much, Ellen. This was amazing. And thanks everyone for listening and showing up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, super fun. Okay, Carrie, we'll be in touch.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks.
All right, thank you.